Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Silas Atefo, the Southern Cameroonian Ambazonian activist, host of this platform, Reports Update. Or permit me to share my thoughts regarding the ongoing discussion about a meeting that President Sisiku Julius AyukTabe on Twitter, from where I saw it from Twitter, made an announcement that he's had meetings with the Yaoundé regime. Whoever he had this meeting with, we are not sure of all the details. This meeting, based on the announcement made by President Sisiku Julius AyukTabe and the content of what this meeting was all about, has been widely celebrated by a lot of people, by a lot of Ambazonians, as well as the international community. All efforts towards resolving the conflict between Ambazonia and La République du Cameroon for over 4 years now have constantly hit a dead rock, mostly due to the inability of the Yaoundé regime to commit to any kind of dialogue or discussion that would lead to a solution. So first, I would like to just say the fact that the Yaoundé regime is open now to some kind of discussion. It's something that Ambazonians should be celebrating. It also proves to the success of the Ambazonian resilience, which we have proven beyond every reasonable doubt, that we are not going anywhere with our objective to have a free nation and a liberated people from oppression and occupation. So that is one big celebration that Ambazonians particularly should be celebrating. Another takeaway from this meeting is for the suffering people of Ambazonia to understand, to begin to see glimpse of a light somewhere in the tunnel. Not even at the end, there are glimpses of light in that tunnel which currently Ambazonians find themselves in due to this oppression of La République du Cameroun. So it is one thing that Ambazonians should be hopeful that the efforts that we have all put for this past 4 years is gradually bringing La République to the understanding that Ambazonia is for real. Sisiku Julius AyukTabe and co, whom they met with on Thursday, apparently have constantly informed them that they are Ambazonians, they're not La République citizens. So the discussion with Ambazonians, people whom they have sworn not to have any kind of discussion with, is an acknowledgement of the state of Ambazonia in itself. So Ambazonians can take this to the bank that La République du Cameroun have recognized Ambazonia. La République du Cameroun now, from my own calculation, is the first independent country to recognize the state of Ambazonia. So this is something worth celebrating, and it proves to the effort of the Ambazonian resilience and the Ambazonian struggle. Again, those discussions with Sisiku Julius AyukTabe, the first meeting of its kind between first or published meeting of any kind of Ambazonian delegation and La République du Cameroun delegation, is to me personally marks the end to the purported Swiss negotiation that have been that is 1 year now, and we have not been able to get Cameroon to commit in any way whatsoever to discussions. So this technically proves that Cameroon will never go to the Swiss table, and the Swiss discussion is simply just a delay waste tactics, which they themselves are now realizing out of pressure now from the international community and Amazonian as well as La Republic partners who are definitely fed up and tired of the stalemate. They want solutions to come up faster than it is going. So Cameroon now is willing to engage, and they have not gone to the Swiss discussions for over a year. I think May 20 something, 29 or so, marked a year since the Swiss discussions were announced, and never for once uh, has the Cameroon government or any official from there met with anybody from the Amazonian side for any kind of discussions. So this is a proof that Cameroon is now willing to follow the Swiss route. Amazonians are ready for any discussions. That's what Amazonians have said for a very long time now. The details of that readiness can be discussed, but Amazonians who never declared war upon themselves are ready. They want to just live their life and be free. So this is one takeaway from all that. Also, the reports from international news media. The international news media, they know when something major happens, and this story have been widely reported by every popular mainstream media outlet that you can imagine to just indicate the importance and the seriousness of what happened on Thursday. And it is left for the people of Amazonia to be wise on how to manage this opportunity in order not to blow it away from their advantage and then prolong the pain of their people, for La Republic to take advantage and make a mess of this opportunity that the international community is bringing this pressure to bear on Cameroon. So Amazonians must wisely explore this opportunity. Now, within the Amazonian circles, Amazonian politicking remains part of the issue. But this is one thing that Amazonians have to bear in mind while they debate, they carry out their political debates. The international community has its ways, and they have their observations that they are making and drawing conclusions. They have indicated the direction to which they want to pursue the solution. It is not by accident that Cameroon is having this discussion with Sisiku Julius AyukTabe and co. It is the pressure. Cameroon has always said before that, oh, we have nobody to negotiate with. The people, they put all kinds of complaints here and there. Even before Sisiku Julius AyukTabe was abducted in Nigeria, the same people that they said they didn't have anyone to talk with, they arrested, they abducted Sisiku Julius AyukTabe and kept him in there, and they were still saying that there was nobody to talk with. If they are now talking, we should know that it is not out of their free will. The efforts, the pressure that the 8 million Amazonians have been putting on the international community and La Republic du Cameroon to resolve this problem is why they are now talking. And what Amazonians must understand within their political debates as to what has to happen or what the way forward should be, must be taken into consideration the calculations of the international community, because the international community or international relations, they have their own calculations and modus operandi. The the fact that Cameroon uh, opened up to talk with Sisiku Julius AyukTabe and co is indicative of uh, where international relations is pointing. That is where the needle of the international relations clock is pointing. That concrete solutions can come out. This is where the international community feels that a concrete discussion and solutions can be achieved. The way forward is to build and not to tear. The way forward is to build up on whatever they might have laid as any kind of foundation. The real topic of discussion right now should be the substance and support to what they have already done and what they can do better, and how else the Amazonian people can rally behind an idea, because every Amazonian at this point wants a quick solution that is tenable and gives satisfies the majority of all 8 million Amazonians. So that should be the focus of the debate, the discussion in the Amazonian community. A solution to the conflict is not about leadership. It's about facts and ideas. And the only thing to understand here is that La République du Cameroon is now engaging Ambazonia as a people, because any Ambazonian who stands before La République to talk and is talking as an Ambazonian is talking for Ambazonia at this point, because what La République said they will not do, they are now doing it, and they will continue to do it. Like I said, La République du Cameroon is the first independent country to recognize Ambazonia. Mind you, like Fongonji Dinka already said back in 84, when Biya signed his decree of secession, as Fongonji Dinka puts it, that was a recognition of Southern Cameroon or Ambazonia. So discussing with President Sisiku Julius AyukTabe today simply just cements that argument from my point of view.